Got those two holes pretty much lined up there. I still got to drill this hole out. This piece here is probably about a finger length longer than it needs to be, so I'll have to cut that down and then push it up into there with that and then see the fitment. But this is where I'm at so far. Sorry. Excuse me. And then this has to be welded, so that's not fitting as good as I'd like it. It should, for it to fit good, that's where those lines have got to be. So I welded all this today. It's my first time welding aluminum. So I bought the spool gun before. I did some practicing. Not too bad. I had some other pieces and I don't see them now, but I had no gas on. It took me a while to figure that out. On my Lincoln, I got a little switch here that I can switch over for the spool feed. And then the wire is inside the gun. And then I bought the gas. I finished making the welding cart. So I'll go over here. So it's good enough to hold that. I want to make another gas bottle holder on the other side, and then I'll rotate the gas to whichever side. I really want the welder the other way, so when I put the other one in there, then that'll be my main bottle, and then this is the side with the that is the side with the wheel on there. So then I also want the handle on that side. Other than that, not too much is going on. I put the 2 tire racks up. This whole wall is going to be plywood, and then probably drywall all this wall. All the vapor barrier and insulation is all done. So I would just have to do eaves troughs and siding, and then put the covers, like that cover on, and then the cover on the plugins, and then I'm ready for the final inspection. So that took me like 2 or 3 days to do all that, and about four rolls of tape I still have to tape behind there. Once the truck is out of the way, then I can do that. And I want to put those cabinets up after I do, I guess, drywall, and I'm thinking they'll have to be on a 2x4, and I'll put another one on the bottom to kind of space them out equally. But I'm thinking they'll be in that area there. One cabinet should fit behind there, but then I think if I were to put them there, they might get in the way of the door, but I'll have to double check that measurement and all that. I don't know if you guys have seen this before. So, I got the Hot Wheels one. My neighbor Carl gave me that. And then that one I picked up off of Marketplace. And that is a baby scorpion keychain that my cousin gave me years ago. And it's on a glow-in-the-dark thing. So I got all those. The one full of drill bits. And then when I do the plywood back here, then everything will kind of be in this order, I'm guessing. I may stand some of them up to try and take less room. This bench is 13.5 feet long, and it's already cluttered with stuff, which is what you don't want. I did the fiberglass on here. I'm gonna touch it up a bit more, and then there is the inside here. So where all the cracks were, it's pretty good. So that's kind of, that piece is done, and then that piece is almost done. And then I can put everything back together. I gotta find the leak in the hydraulics because this thing dropped. And it's sitting right on the ground. So there's 2 or 3 wet hoses. I want to add the light bar because I don't like those 2 little lights because people can't see you, and it's not going to be very good. You got to have as much lights as you can. Then I'm going to have to do the seat on the inside, and what else is there? An oil change. Definitely needs an oil change. And I got to weld this little crack here, the brace on the inside. I'm either going to have to rivet it or weld it. And technically for the 3D scan on a vehicle, this dent right here would have to be hammered out. So I've tried, even with like a hydraulic body puller, and I can't get that dent out. The bumper flexed pretty good, but it still didn't come out, so I'd almost have to take the bumper off, put it down on like a board, and then hammer it, have someone hold the bumper at the proper angle and hammer it down straight. And I should kind of get rid of that. And then I got to do the painting on the wheel wells to kind of rust proof the bare metal. And like this dent would kind of have to be taken care of. Anything that's off more than 1 millimeter, because they'll do a 3D scan. So I might have to fix that. And that's pretty much it for the truck. And the hydraulic lift inside the truck, it's not working. So I'm thinking that's electrical to the solenoid box. It's kind of in the bottom there. So I'll have to, when I'm under the truck, I'll have to test that. But it would have to be running for me to kind of do that, I think. I don't know, we'll check it out. But yeah, I'm thinking the truck would have to be running for me to figure that out. And then I don't want to take that to a shop here, because for the hydraulic shop here, it's $750 for them just to look at your vehicle and not fix anything, just for them to kind of diagnose your problem. And I would rather look at the problem, figure out the problem myself so that I know how to fix it. And yeah, I kind of want this truck to be like my dump truck, where if anything happens to it, I can fix it. And yeah, I may do another video tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Sorry about that. I'm dropping my neighbor off to pick up his car, and it's at a YouTuber's place, so we'll see if I can do some filming there or not. But thanks for watching.